award-winning Tennessee Wildcast is on the air with the latest on hunting, fishing, boating, wildlife watching, and all things outdoors. Make welcome your host, drummer and outdoor expert novice, Jason Harmon.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Tennessee Wildcast. I'm Jason Harmon, and today I've got Mr. Don King with me. We are doing a duo show today. No special guests. It's just me and Don.
Kind of empty. We just got our producer Todd in here pushing the buttons, and we are good to go.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fun show. But I thought, you know what, Don, he's a musician, and maybe we could kick this off with a verse and chorus to maybe give everybody an idea what this show's about. What do you say, Don?
All right, sounds good. All right. Thanks, Todd, for fading her out there. This song might sound a little familiar to our listeners here. Those old long dog days of summer, they're getting shorter all the time. That first cold, clear morning stirs those restless feelings deep inside. You know you've got the fever, it's that time of year again, with the changing leaves and the wood smoke in the wind. It's Tennessee's wild side that makes you wanna go find a natural way of living, waiting just outside your door. Every day's a new adventure, and it's right before your eyes. Spend a little time on Tennessee's wild side. Yeah, spend a little time on Tennessee's wild side. Yeah. Tennessee's wild side. So it's time to get outdoors. The long dog days of summer. Long dog days of summer
are getting shorter. So it's that's what we're talking about today. Deer season is about to be here before you know it, and there's a lot going on inside the agency and out in the field. So we're gonna touch on some of that stuff today.
That'd be great. That'd be great. We're at this time of year, it always kind of sneaks up on you. You know, summer's gone, and this one's been so weird because of the COVID thing and. Oh man, it's just summer just kind of evaporated on us, you know.
Yeah, it's been weird. I mean, working from home and you know, most people are doing that, and the time just flew by. I mean, the summer disappeared quick. I mean, it was a great summer. People out boating, and spring was good for turkey hunting and that kind of thing. But it's amazing how fast it's flown by, and now it's deer season again. Football's about to start up. So.
Yeah, and as Jennifer Wisniewski said, you know, a lot of the folks that can't get to the stands to watch a football game, hey, that deer stand is calling your name, you know. There's an opportunity to spend a lot more time in the deer stand this year than in years past, too. So
exactly, a chance to fill the freezer.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, with Unidale, you can take 3 does a day, and it's a good chance to put some meat in the freezer.
God's grocery store.
There you go.
Yeah, I like that phrase.
I saw a funny ad on Facebook the other day, and I think our friends at the Federation posted it maybe, but it said, had a picture of some freezers, and a smaller freezer said 1 deer. The bigger freezer said 2 deer. The next size freezer said 3 and 4. So it's great when your local stores know how to market to the deer hunter.
That is good. Yeah.
This is a 1 deer freezer, and so on. So it was pretty funny. Well, let's get started and chat about the deer seasons. I'm going to pull them up online so we can see them. You know, it's real easy to find it on our website, and our hunting guide is out there online as well. So that makes it easy to make sure you know what's going on. So real quick, if you go to hunting tab on our website, tnwildlife.org, you can click the hunting tab and drop it down, and you'll see the hunting season summary. That's the place I like to take people. It's real easy and it's quick to find the season. So if you do that, you'll pull up this, and it's got deer, and then the unit CWD for deer, and elk, black bear, fall turkey, et cetera, et cetera. So this is a great place to get a quick glance.
Yeah, good place to go. And then, like you said, there's a lot of places to click on to get into more specific things. But the season at a glance there for deer. Of course, we've already had the the initial season, as the velvet season, as a lot of people refer to it as. And so the 26th coming up this month is going to be opening of archery.
Yeah. So check your guide, and that can be found on the EREG site. All our guides are published on these pages. It's eregulations.com/Tennessee/hunting, and you can get to the hunting guide right there online, and it breaks it down so you can see the bag limits and everything there as well. So, and then all the details as far as regulations and manner and means and things that you need to know about can be found.
Yep, and that's great. I mean, a lot of people have already consulted that and planned their vacation days around that. And but if you haven't yet, you can always go do that now.
Yep. Remember, the statewide bag limit for antlered deer is 2, so not to exceed the 2. But there are some opportunities in the CWD zone that you can earn a buck and that sort of thing.
Right.
We'll dive into some of that here in a minute. But remember that for statewide, it's 2 antlered deer. So, and then you'll see the antlerless bag limits. They vary across the state depending on what unit you're in and what season it is. So just make sure you check that chart on the EREGS page or the hunting summary at tnwildlife.org. So, last year during turkey season, I guess is when we first introduced tag before you drag, right, Don?
Right, yeah.
So let's talk to them. Let's tell them about what the regulations there, and I'll pull up the website.
Yeah, most recent history has been that you basically check in your big game animal by midnight the day of harvest. So there wasn't any paper per se that you carried with that animal, and now we've gone back to a system that allows hunters to take their mobile app. A lot of folks are using that. You can go out and the minute you harvest that animal, you can check it in the field right there. And even if you don't have coverage on your cell service, it will store it until you do have cell service, and then it'll populate back to our home computers, or the computers back home in the TWRA office. And in the meantime, you're totally legal. If you don't want to do it electronically, what's the option there?
Yeah, you can go to gooutdoorstennessee.com where you buy your licenses, and you can print off your harvest reporting. I don't know if they call it tag. I guess it is.
Yeah.
Harvest reporting tag. Yeah. Print those off and fill it in and attach it. So
before you drag.
Exactly.
Tag
I think
before
it'll
you drag.
Print you a few maybe on one sheet, or maybe it's just one pair. I don't remember exactly, but it's easy to do it that way, but it's real easy just to do it on the app. Like Don said, no cell service, it will still create you a confirmation number, which is important when if an officer stops you and wants to check.
Yeah.
So that confirmation number is what is important, and then it'll shoot that to the system as soon as you get service. But your printed out tag will work as well. Just fill it in and attach it. So.
And it helps keep track of how many harvests and that sort of thing. Helps the biologists in the long run and in future planning, and so it's a good thing all the way around.
Yeah, sure is. So, and you can. There's an example. Here I was just trying to rattle it off by memory. It's actually it'll be at the bottom of your license. It's a temporary transportation tag. Oh, and I forgot about the QR code. That's kind of specific for the officer to be able to scan and keep track. So that's what it'll look like on the printout. And if there's
that's unique to that license, isn't it?
It is. So when you print it out, it'll have your hunter number, your TWRA ID number on it, and it's your tag.
All right.
Not someone else's. And then if you happen to buy a license at a place where they print it out on that receipt paper, there's a option there to see what it looks like. So it's pretty much the exact same thing, just on a little smaller piece of paper. So anyway, that's that.
Good deal. Good deal.
Well, let's jump into some CWD information. I know a lot of people have probably wondering about this year. Not a whole lot has changed, but there's a few things, and you can find out all that information at cwdintennessee.com. which will take you to the page that I got pulled up here. A lot of information. If you want to sign up for updates, that's available. Information on testing and reporting a sick deer. But there's a lot of other links on this page that you can explore.
And I think one of the most important things on that particular page is the transportation rules. You know, it tends to be a little bit confusing, but there's a graphic there that shows if you take an animal in a certain county, how far you can travel. You know, with that deer, you need to have it processed, before you leave that particular area. So there's
testing information is there as well. So, you know, if you want to have your deer tested, the options for being in unit CWD and the options if you're outside of that unit are all there. They still have the freezer drop-off locations.
That was hugely popular last year. We saw a lot of that activity there where the biologists and wildlife officers gathered, and you know, it was all hands on deck and taking care of those samplings and getting them sent off and getting hunters notified about results. So
exactly. So yeah, if you got information or need information on that, it's right here. If you're outside the unit, you can take it to one of the regional drop-offs, or there's information on how to submit it to a CWD unit option. And there's the link for the transportation that you were talking about earlier. It's right there with some of that. But the little graphic tells you, you know, this is a positive, this is a high risk, and this is outside the unit. And here's where you can transport. From blue to blue is fine. From blue to red is okay. You know, yellow to blue to red is okay. But don't be bringing it out of the red or the blue states. That's a no-no. So the colors in the graphic makes it a little easier to understand.
Yeah, that simplifies it, and it's all to protect, you know, our deer population, really, to manage the spread of that disease. And as Joe Benedict has said in the last couple of seasons, that hunters are our biggest ally in this effort in order to harvest more deer in those areas. We want to incentivize hunters to do that, and you know, with the increased testing, you can feel safe that you're going to take home a harvested animal that's going to be safe to eat and that sort of thing. So be sure and as we were talking earlier, fill that freezer, or 2 or 3.
Yeah, you know, they want us to take older deer off the landscape, you know, and so that leads to the earn a buck options and the replacement bucks. So those are options for the unit CWD only. So all that information is right there. You just have to click and go check it out. So
basically, give us the basics on that earn a buck.
So that's a good question.
Sorry, didn't mean to put you on the spot there.
I was reading through it.
I thought I was tossing you a softball, but maybe not.
So the antlered bag limit of 2 did not change, but if you kill a CWD positive buck in that unit, then you're eligible, right?
That's the replacement buck, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry to confuse our listeners here. Now the earn a buck is for harvesting does, right?
Oh, that's right.
The incentive if you harvest and if you want to get into that.
So unit CWD hunters may earn an unlimited number of antlered deer for harvest in unit CWD, in addition to the statewide antlered deer bag limit of 2.
Okay.
An additional antlered deer is earned for every 2 antlerless deer harvested.
There you go.
So there's the magic line right there.
The incentive right there.
Yeah. So all this information is also in the e-regs, online or on the hard copy of the guide. So you can pick one of those up at a license agent or a place where you pick up your license. Some of the regional offices are open now, so you can stop by and get one from there. But so get a guide and make sure you double check all that information, so you're not messing up. And
right.
You know your rules.
Talk about incentive, boy. There's a lot of incentive to harvest or to hunt over there.
Yeah, a lot of big deer in West Tennessee.
Yeah,
so a lot of fun hunting out there.
Exactly.
So under Hunter's Resources, under the CWD section, a lot of good information. So the earn a buck, replacement buck, CWD testing, and all that. One more thing on CWD. We're going to have some public meetings. But they're not going to be open to the public because of COVID. They're going to be a Facebook public meeting.
Gotcha.
So Facebook Live meetings will be held September 23rd and October 29th. As in the past, we promised, updates, and promised some public meetings, but because of COVID, we can't do it. So we will be having some similar to our Facebook fisheries meetings we had not too long ago.
Right. Where we'll be it'll be interactive, won't it? As we did with the fisheries, where folks can submit questions live online and that kind of thing. So
we'll take questions online. We'll take questions beforehand. There'll be more information coming out. Watch our Facebook page, watch our newsroom. But we will have a small presentation, give you some updates, and then we'll take questions. So should be good. September 23rd and October 29th, and those are at noon. We're going to do those at noon, different time, just to try that out. But then they'll be archived on our Facebook page, so you can go back and watch them.
Sure.
Let's see what else we got. Refer a friend. This is something new. It's been around a little while, but it's a cool little program where you can refer someone to the outdoors and introduce them to hunting and fishing. But you can go to gooutdoorstennessee.com, generate a referral code. There'll be a button there. You can say refer a friend. It'll get you a code, and you can share that with your friends. And if they go buy a license using that code, then both you and your friend get a discount somewhere. So right now we're offering up Trips for Trade. It's a 60% off the annual membership. Trips for Trade is pretty cool. I learned about it just not too long ago, where you can trade something. I don't know if it's individual to individual or if you got to join a group or what, but you can trade off a hunt. So if you want to go hunt somewhere out west, you could trade off a deer hunt or a fishing trip
hunt or something
or whatever here in Tennessee, and trade off with a individual. So that's kind of cool. And then 15% off at American Baits. So a couple of incentives there for folks to refer a friend to get outside, and right now is a great time to do that.
And those incentives tend to change over time too, so you need to check back regularly to see what's being offered up. But yeah, the refer a friend thing is awesome, and that's just a great way to do it. Speaking of refer a friend,
sure.
How about the Tennessee Wildlife Federation and their program?
Yeah, they've got a great program to introduce folks to the outdoors. People who've never hunted or fished before is what the program they've started up. It's called Hunting and Fishing Academy. I'll throw it up here online if you're watching, so you can check out the page. But yeah, tnwf.org is their website. Click under Programs, Hunting and Fishing Academy. But it's a great way to introduce and give hands-on instruction to youth, to adults, to folks who are new to hunting and fishing.
Right. And it tends to be a little bit more along the lines of a complete family, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's they encourage that the family get involved, and so the tradition can kind of carry on. A lot of times the kids will get an instruction and get to go out and hunt for a weekend, but then there's nobody there to sort of make that linkage up to, hey, what's the next trip? So if we can get the whole family up to speed, there's more incentive, there's more opportunity for the younger folks to get back out there again.
Right. Yeah, there's opportunities for that, and then as well, volunteers if you want to help out with the program. If you're well versed in the outdoors and want to be a volunteer, there's opportunities for you to click and learn more there and sign up for that. But yeah, it's just there's a lot going on. There's some dove hunts happening, now and in the future, but then there's also a lot of deer hunts coming up in October. So a lot of it revolve around the youth, but then there's a lot of stuff for adults as well. So check that out. That's a cool new program from the Federation. We have a big hand in it as well, helping out and making sure things are going smooth. And so we love working with them, and it's another great opportunity to get outdoors.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing that was so affected by COVID. They were geared up and ready to go with a lot of the programs and a lot of things on the calendar that had to be slid back. So it's good to see that a lot of things are opening up along those lines with the Hunting and Fishing Academy.
Yeah, so that's great. Let's see, what else we want to hit on today?
Hey, I got something.
All right, go ahead.
ACI, The Association for Conservation Information is a national organization that wildlife and state parks and a lot of communications professionals belong to this outfit. I've attended the meetings for a lot of years, and as a matter of fact, I've been a past president, and you're a current board member, aren't you,
Yes.
with the organization? And I'm bringing all that up to say that we were able to bring home 9 national awards for our efforts, and our team's efforts. And I say ours. Yours, mine's, Todd's, Austin's, Lee's. And Jennifer Wisniewski is our outreach and communications chief, and also serves as current president of the organization. Anyway, it was great to watch the online awards program.
We didn't get to have the conference this year, so the awards got bumped to an online presentation, and Blake did a great job with that, putting it together.
He sure did. And next year, I'm looking forward to going back out to New Mexico, which was the meeting that was supposed to be held this year. But anyway, we'll be going back out there. But congratulations to you, Todd, and Barry Cross. I know he placed with the Tennessee Outdoor Journal, which is something that we'll talk a little bit more about a little bit later on, maybe. But,
he produced a little piece, and it won first place, I believe. They placed. We placed in a lot of categories. Like I said, 9 different awards. So it's great to bring home those prizes.
We got a little wall of fame out here outside the studio. So
whenever the office opens, stop by, come check it out. Speaking of being open, that made me think about the firing ranges. A lot of our firing ranges, the manned ranges were closed, but now they're open. So go check out those if you need to sight in a rifle and get ready for the deer season. Ranges are open. The unmanned ranges at WMAs are open as well. So,
and from what I hear about gun sales these days, there are plenty of people that are wanting to get out there and check out some of their new hardware. I know. Guns and ammo have been flying off the shelves from everything we've heard about. So I know there's going to be a lot of folks wanting to get out there and sight in some rifles and try out some handguns. So that's neat.
A good time.
Yeah.
It's starting to cool off. It's been awesome to be out in the mornings, and get outside. So check our website. You can find it at tnwildlife.org. Just search firing ranges, and it'll pull up that, and then it'll have the times for the WMAs and the times for the open manned ranges. So,
and speaking of the WMA ranges, we did a recent video out at the Cheatham Wildlife Management Area range, and that's an unmanned range, but you can, like Jason said, check it out online and see what the hours of operation are. Sometimes those change, but for the most part, it's wide open. You just go out and just, there's 100-yard, 50-yard, and also handgun area. So it's lots of. It's a neat range out there.
Yeah,
so
a lot of options.
Yeah,
a lot of options. So let's see what else we got. We got the eStore online. We mentioned this last week quite a bit, but we want to just bring it up again and remind people that we've got the eStore open, shop.gooutdoorstennessee.com, and you can pick up some outdoor gear.
I'm holding up one of the hats now. This is the camo with the logo on it, the Blaze Orange logo.
And it's got a place to hang your sunglasses on the side there. I think that's what that's for, yeah.
That's what that is.
So you can always be prepared. I thought it might have been a good place to put your turkey striker for your slate call or something. But
that would work too.
But it's a neat little patch there on the side to hang something and keep track of your sunglasses or whatnot. But it's a cool looking little hat.
Yeah.
And then we've got others that, the oilcloth hat was very popular. And then it's still available. We sold out of the brown mesh, but we'll hopefully get some more of those soon. Don's got the digital camo.
Yep, that's a nice looking one. I saw several of these out at the dove hunt last week. The foundation held their annual dove hunt, and anyway, got to go out there and take a few pictures and got a little bit of video of Governor Lee knocking down a few birds. So that was neat.
That's cool.
see them out there in action.
But yeah, check out the eStore. Shop.gooutdoorstennessee.com. We got buffs out there, the camo and the blue, all the stickers and choices to choose from. I'll hold those up. They're hard to see on camera probably, but just go check out the website and get you some TWRA gear. This one's perfect for deer season. You can archery hunt.
Archery.
And deer. So, or gun.
Muzzleloader. There you go.
So, anyway, check that out when you can. So, one last thing that I had on my list, Don, and we're probably going to run out of time, but the main thing you need to get outdoors is that hunting license.
Yeah.
You can't get out there and harvest the deer till you get that. So, gooutdoorstennessee.com is where you pick those up. So, all that information is right there.
Yeah. And like you were saying about the store, it used to be you had to kind of log in like you were going to buy a license, but anymore it's just more like a regular store, like you were buying something online. You don't have to, give up your firstborn to to be able to make a purchase of a cap or something,
exactly,
or a buff or something. So,
one other thing that just popped in my head, and I got it right here in front of me. I should have mentioned this earlier, but there's going to be some changes with our Hunter Ed program. Going to be some opportunities for folks to take Hunter Ed online and not have to do the field day or get to a class. There's still going to be a traditional option if there's classes available, but there's many of those out there that are trying to get the course and can't because there's not enough seats and not enough classes open, and we understand that, so we're trying to work out an option so you could take it online.
Yeah, that's really good. We don't want that to be a stumbling block, and
right.
And safety first, but I think they've been able to work with it and make the program just as safe, but not have to have the face-to-face.
Special thanks to our law enforcement division and Randy Husky for working out all these details and trying to make changes and make this work. I know a lot of Tennesseans will be happy.
Oh yeah,
they can get their kid in a class or get themselves in a class if they're a little older, and just watch for social media updates, press releases. We'll update our website soon. Anyway, going to be a lot of opportunities, and still a lot of opportunities for the volunteers that we rely on so heavily to give extra instruction to. We're going to try to find ways to make it all work together.
And thanks to those too. We've got a great army of volunteers that help with Hunter Ed. That's for sure.
Sure do. Well, we didn't get to it, Don, but go watch Tennessee Outdoor Journal on our YouTube page.
Yeah.
Don was going to play a song, but we're running out of time. So check that out. Continue watching Tennessee Wildcast or tuning in on the radio or through the podcast, however you get it. However you ingest this show, and we appreciate y'all keep tuning in each week. But I think that's going to wrap it up. Get ready for deer season. Get out there, sight those guns in, get your camo all laid out, and be ready.
Thanks, Todd, for pushing the buttons.
Yep. Thank you, Todd. And we'll see you next time on Tennessee Wildcast.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay connected with TWRA by visiting our website at tnwildlife.org and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hey, it's all about Tennessee wildlife. It's what we do. Tennessee Wildcast will be on the air again next week. We'll see you then.